welcome back tankers of Blitz Universal Loading Fire channel. Hot on the heels of the T-62A review, we've got the other T-10 Russian medium covered now, and that's the Object 140. It has featured on the channel before in medium tanks driving guides, supremacy guides. We have a talk through tactics video on Canal on the Object 140. It has featured in my really splendid 400 subscribers celebration video. But we've never done a proper review up until now, so here it is, kicking off at Rockfield in a supremacy game. It's going to be a full bells and whistles review as with the T-62A, which is popping up over here from the red team. And one of the key differences between this tank, as you can see here, and the tank I have is the gun depression. The Object 140 has 1 degree of gun depression more, which makes it a slightly more versatile vehicle in my opinion. And you can see you have that good turret as well. Obviously a Type 61 could go through. He is shooting heat and probably shooting on the front of my gun mantlet. And you can also see from the turret you have 2 cupolas on top, one for the commander, one for the loader of the tank, with the Dushka machine gun on top. And if you have problems panning an Object 140 frontally, try to shoot those cupolas because they are weak spots. That said, some public service announcements. There will be a T110E4 review coming up. We are starting work on the French tank destroyer line as well. So yeah, that's going to be up next. Update 4.5 is rolling on thick and fast. Like I said, we have the test clients. They're working on videos which will be released in the upcoming week. And if it hits properly in the game, then we will take a good look at all the changes in the tier 7 mediums, which will be buffed pretty big. We will take a look at the IS-4 coupled to the redesigned IS-4 coupled to the IS-7 probably. So yeah, lots of good stuff coming up. And yeah, as for now, on towards the Object 140. What did I want to say again? Oh yeah, I remember. There were people telling me, asking me in the comment section on the Type 61. Well, Martin, is it? Did you change your equipment compared to Bushka due to the changes in equipment in 4.4, or did you have any other reasons to use what you are using at the moment? Well, I decided to go with the rammer just because I wanted to up my DPM, and we will see in the stats and numbers that it is, well, not strictly necessary to use a rammer on either the T-62 or the Object 140. So I'm running this one with the calibrated shells, which give you really good pan numbers. Not the best in class because those spots are still reserved for the FV4202 and the Leopard 1. But you get 252 pan on APCR, and we have shown already before on the T-62A, the APCR only challenge, that yeah, you can really run these tanks with APCR only. It is possible to do that. There's no need for all the heat, even though it's pretty useful. Thank you very much, Grill, for shooting the FV, by the way, and not me. But you can use a APCR only if you allow the tank to really drive as intended, and that is being a medium tank. It can brawl pretty effectively. It can be a sniper pretty effectively, but I like to run the tank a bit more in the front line compared to Bushka probably. But it's personal preference in terms of yeah, driving the tank. Over on the Discord chat with the contributors, Skate and Bushka had a very nice chat about the Foch 155, where Skate noted that it was a very good tank destroyer, and Bushka noted it's the poor man's 268. So yeah, in that regard, part of it is personal preference, but it's never too late to try and tinker around with the design. So I decided to run the Object 140, shown here in Tank Compare, with calibrated shells. And if you look at all the numbers over there, I'm not going to go through all of them step by step. You can go into Tank Compare yourself, select all the tanks and see what happens. But if you can see what happens here if I fit the rammer to all the other tanks, including the T-62A, and that means you still have a very good DPM in the Object 140, and you are pushing it on to 252 in terms of penetration numbers, and I have found in a way that the calibrated shells also seem to give you more muzzle velocity. It doesn't show in the statistics, it might just be my personal experience, and I might be just I don't know, just talking gibberish here, but I do think that you get some shells that fly just a bit faster. The Opicon 40 is quite a mobile tank as well, as you can see, not as mobile as the Leopard and the T62A, which has excellent power to weight ratio and effective horsepower per ton. And the front of the turret, yeah, pretty good as well, better than some of the other tanks, but it has got weak spots, and you can see by the looks of it, 140 and T62, pretty much similar layout, low slung hulls, rounded frying pan shaped turrets, but the 62, you can see the modules over here, looking at it from the perspective of an FV4202. It hasn't got that rock hard frontal turret as the T62A. There are weak spots on the left and the right side of the gun, big weak spots on top, like those cupolas over there, which look a bit like women laying on the back on the beach at the moment, I think. But if you wiggle the turret around a bit, you might be able to catch a few more shots on your tracks, but you can see the front plate of the Opicon 40 is stronger than the T62A. So if you can approach tanks like this with your gun to maximum gun depression, then you can bounce a fair few shots on your frontal plate. Be careful, however, if you overextend, you will expose your drive wheels, as I've shown just before on Rockfield, where the grill shot me. But yeah, you can shoot. You can bounce shots, you can bounce AP shots from an FV on that front plate, and you can bounce AP shots from Jagdpanzer E100 on a front plate. If they shoot your turret, you're going to be whacked anyway, but this is how you have to play the tank. Don't overextend, use bumps and ridges. I've shown it in a T62A review, and I'm going to show you in a few seconds or minutes on Oasis Palms, a supremacy game where we bounce a few shots from an IS-8 on the front plate. So that's what you can do in the tank. Quick note again about overextending. Do take note of this, because you have your turret over there and your EMRS are below your turret. So if you overextend and you get shot about halfway into your hull, EMRS are, yeah, they happen from time to time. Righty, 3 more games to go. Yamato Harbor, I decided to do something else and I got shot for it. Normally I would go on the left side of that rock. But I was seeing mates in the STB, they usually know how to play, so I decided to roll in just a bit different, and then I got shot for it. And what I don't like at the moment is the fact that 2 of our heavies are trying to roll the flank pretty hard. So what I want to do now is use as much gun depression as possible, use the low slung tank, take shots where available. And this is what I meant by that quick muzzle velocity. I'm not sure whether it adds to it, but it does seem to do it. So what I want to do now, we seem to have strength in numbers over here. I'm not quite sure, they are not meeting tanks on the left side, right? It's a bit here, you can't see what I am looking at. Shot by the Leopard. What I'm looking at the moment in terms of looking at the minimap. But I'm constantly looking at the minimap and seeing a tank spotted now over there. That means our 2 heavies are probably spotting that AMX 5120 as well. So I decide to roll in over here. There's the grill. Hello. Missed. That's unfortunate. Whack the adrenaline on, and the grill is moving in, and a grill in the open field, that's something that's easily shot at. There we go, and he gets shot and whacked by our grill. There is the STB still over there. He wants to push our heavies back, but there's no way he can do that. Lucky shot into him. There's an AMX 5120 rolling in, so I'm backing up, and reload it. Missed that shot because he drives back. Again, using the terrain. It's all micro driving, as you might call it. And we can kill him over there, the AMX 5120. We still have the grill on our back, so he shoots the Leopard. He bumps into us, he gets tracked, and we can shoot him. Thank you very much. And now it's time to, yeah, clean up on the other side over there. I still had to get used to the gun depression, but also a bit of a lack of gun depression. But if you then drive back quick enough, you get that front plate at an angle again, you will bounce shots from the IS-7 as well, and we can shoot him now. Nope, we shoot him in the sides, he shoots into the ground, and we track him. There we go. And that's game, set, and match. I mean, you don't always have to be at the back and sniping at people, or you don't always have to push and use your DPM. Yeah, there's of course DPM, and there is effective DPM. If you are at the front and you decide to shoot tanks as much as possible, then there might be a big chance of you getting whacked, and then you are dead. And remember, half health tank can still deal full damage. So hold on to your hit points if possible, and try to keep tanks spotted, and then you can do stuff like this. It is a brilliant game. I admit it. It's not a mastery. It is not even a, I think it's a second class, first class, second class. It's a second class and a top gun, but 3k damage. If you do that like consistently, well then you're bound to raise your win rate as well. And we sort of held the line on the back. Luckily the Reds didn't push. But this is what you can do in the tank, and I decided to include this one because I'm making the most of the terrain over there, using the layout of the vehicle, that low slung hull, together with the gun depression, using the maximum gun depression. You can see what I was doing when I was driving into the Object 140 at the end. And again, here I'm using the low profile of the tank. You can see I'm already turning towards the perceived threat. If there are tanks moving in, they will be coming from that position. We get shot once, but we can shoot this IS-8 not yet. We get shot again. So we're driving back, and there we go, into the building, but we are safely held down now, side scraping out just ever so slightly, and I'm denying them from taking the B cap. This was my goal. I wanted to get B, and that would have been even better. But we bounced a shot, there it is, for 20 from that IS-8 on our front plate, and I'm using the maximum gun depression LV. You can see, going into sniper mode. Don't be fooled by that white circle, it sort of hovers above the cap, so you can just shoot straight through it. And the T-54 and the Leopard 1, they are in trouble now. I've bounced one shot, using adrenaline again, shooting one into the back of the T-54. There we go, we're taking points from base C. Another shot into the 54, the IS-8 is rolling in, and we wiggle away, so he dunks one into the ground. And here we can go, now using effective DPM. Now I'm rolling in, making him try to ram me, dodge a shot from him, and there we go, on our front plate, on our turret, one into him as well. There is a 54 coming in, there we go, thank you, you can ram me, but I don't care. I bounce one on my turret, I shoot you in the side, I turn my tank again on the spot, letting the armor face front, wiggle away, side scrape this one out, shoot him, and he gets rammed by the fat boy in the pattern, which is coming in a review as well, as soon as possible. And this is game, set, and match again. This is going to be a 4k damage game, this one. Second class, first class, I don't know. But 4k damage, no kills, unfortunately. But this is what you can do in a tank as well. We missed a shot on the Type 6, Olympic 268, which is unfortunate. But this is what you can do as well. Here we go, track him into place. Hello, goodbye. And let's get stuck in on this IS-7 now. Whoop. We try to track him into place, don't manage to, that's unfortunate, but we can shoot him and bounce one and use adrenaline probably, yeah we do, and there we go, into his engine deck. And this is, I think, the Object 140 in a nutshell. Why is this the Object 140 in a nutshell? We do get one kill. Why is it the Object 140 in a nutshell? It was mobility driving into the B cap, denying the Reds from taking it. It was using the gun depression, the front plate, the turret by bouncing shots from the T-54 from that IS-8 two times. It was then using the DPM at the moment when it mattered the most, as I got rushed by that 54 and the IS-8. So yeah, that's what you can do in the Object 140, and in my opinion what you should do in the Object 140. And that leads us on to the last game on Vineyards again. I have already told you, or haven't I? I don't know. This is going to be an ace game. So in a way it's funny to have both the T62A aced on Vineyards and then this one as well, the Object 140. And you can see you can just about shoot the A cap over there, but the 54 itself is a bit too low slung for me to hit effectively. Nevertheless, the team is capping the B cap. I want to get some spots in over there, not available. 54 is going to pop up again on the A cap. And there it is, hello. Can we shoot him again? No, not possible. Still no other tank spotted except around the C cap. There's an I-7 over there, there's a tireless over there, there's an E50 over there. That means we can push in. No, there's a PTA. Gun depression. There we go. One shot into him. 312. And here I make a bit of a mistake. I'm overextending. I'm being too greedy over here. Stupid. I get shot for no reason whatsoever. I can't even shoot at I-7. I decide not to bother. Just drive back, and find somewhere else to fight, because yeah, you're a medium, you have the mobility, you can pick the positions where you can fight. That Leopard PTA is doing something stupid, because he is trying to, I don't know, focus me like a mother bosser. I was hoping I would ram kill him on this one, but I don't know why he did this. Honestly, I mean, he went into me, lost about half of his health. He did practically the same thing I did, overextending, making a stupid decision and trying to get some people shot. And here this 54 is going in YOLO as well. Didn't look at what was happening. He is trying to face an object on 40 and a bad chat. And we have a pattern as well, which happened to be AFK. By the way, that was what he was trying to face, and that's not the best thing to do, to be honest. The bad chat is still reloading, I'm reloading, so I'm shooting him. He burns down, there we go, IS-7, and Manje in the bad chat takes the kill. That's okay. Reds are now capturing C. Can I reset it? Unfortunately not, because we just stained them. But you can see, using that maximum gun depression, it's going to be a very tiny window for the tireless to shoot me. And he's got a good gun, but not that good. So I'm just putting shots in as I want to. I was thinking about going into the A cap, but the bad chat is already there on A. And now it's a matter of decision making. I can shoot the tireless, I could help the E100, but I would probably die. So I decide to go around over here, kill the E100, because we have 2 caps running, and then shooting the E100 and moving in would mean we will probably win the game. Quick shot on the tireless, there we go, and driving away and avoiding a building. And that means we can now shoot the IS-4, pop the adrenaline, which I have been keeping an eye on, and we can kill him now. And unfortunately the tireless is moving this way, but you can see again what we're doing. Face hugging, bounce 1, side scrim this one out, whoop, bounce 2, thank you very much, into your side, and that means we can kill you now. And here I get greedy, because I shoot him once on the tracks, and it is still locked onto the tracks, so I shoot him again on the tracks. No damage. I wanted to shoot HE into the butt, but not available. We track him into place, but it repairs too quickly, so we get freaking killed. Blech. Stupid move. Couldn't bounce this one, unfortunately, but then again, it's going to be an ace game, because we did get 4 kills. Thank you very much for helping out, AFK pattern. Annoying to have people who are AFK, but then again, they are AFK from time to time. It happens, so you have to deal with it. So there you have it, Object 40. That's all I have to say about this one. Use the DPM wisely, use that front plate, get it at an angle, and that's how you can play this game, because it is a very, very good medium. Team WoT 4, IS-7, IS-4 and Fatboy pattern are coming up as next reviews. So stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen, tankers of Blitz Universe, and I thank you all for watching. Cheers and happy tanking!